It's your friendly math tutor, Miss C here, and today we are finding the values of x and y in a system of equations. So the first thing I'm noticing about this particular system is the numbers in each equation don't easily go into the other numbers. So for example, 6 and 15, there isn't something quickly that we can multiply by 6 to get to 15. Same goes for 10 and -4. So I'm going to just pick one of these equations and figure out what I want to do. So I am thinking about, I'm going to try to eliminate y. So the reason I'm going to eliminate y is because one of the numbers is positive, one of the numbers is negative. When I think about what I could multiply by to essentially have 20y, to have y minus y, I'm thinking 20 because 10 times 2 is 20. That's a pretty easy multiplier. -4 times 5 is -20. That's an easy multiplier. So for this first equation, I'm going to multiply every term by 2. And for the second equation, I'm going to multiply every term by 5. And that will allow us to eliminate the y variable. Just as a side note, when you're doing this, you're really trying to find the least common multiple. So essentially the smallest number that both 10 and 4 can go into evenly. And in this case, it's 20. If you can't figure that out, you could always multiply 10 and 4 together and when you do that, you get 40. You could have multiplied the top equation by 4, the bottom equation by 10, and you would get the same result in the end. So lots of options there. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and distribute my 2 to every term. So I have 12x plus 20y equals 14. This term I have 3x minus 20y equals 15. Okay, great. So now all we're going to do is we are going to combine these, and I'm essentially just combining like terms. So 12x plus 30x, and I'm adding because 30 is positive, is 42x. Like we planned, these two terms equal 0. So excellent, we did that right. And then we have 14 plus 15, which is 29. So x is equal to this wonderful number, 29 over 42. That's fun. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we are going to pick one of these equations. I'm going to pick the top equation just because it's smaller. And I'm going to go ahead and plug 29 divided by 42 in for x, and then I'm going to solve for y. So first things first, I'm going to put a 1 underneath my 6. I'm noticing that I can cross reduce 6 and 42. So 6 goes into 42 7 times. So if I divide 6 by 6 and 42 by 6, I've got a simplified answer there. So I have 29 over 7 here, because 1 times 29 is 29, 1 times 7 is 7, plus 10y equals 7. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and subtract 29 sevenths from both sides. So sometimes people find it helpful to draw a vertical line so you can see that you are doing the same thing to both sides and not accidentally adding or subtracting 29 sevenths on the same side. So I'm going to go ahead, and if you have a calculator, you could go ahead and do this, but I need to get a denominator of 7. So I'm going to essentially multiply 7 by 7 over 7. That's essentially creating an equivalent fraction. So that gives me 49 over 7 divided by 29 over 7. I've got some fraction videos if you need a refresher on how to add or subtract fractions. All right. And then I have 20 divided by 7. Now, because I am solving this and I've got a fraction here, I'm actually going to do something a little different than dividing by 10 on both sides, because I think it's going to be easier in the long run for you to follow along with what I'm doing. So instead of dividing by 10, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal of 10, which is 1/10, when I do that. I'm going to do it on this side too. So basically what I get is 10 over 10 here. So this whole thing is going to equal 1 times y is y. And now look what happens here. I've got 20 in the numerator, 10 in the denominator. I'm going to cross reduce these guys. So 20 divided by 10 is 2. 10 divided by 10 is 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. 7 times 1 is 7. So y equals 2/7. So if I were to going to write my points as a solution, these two lines intersect, not in a lovely place, but in a realistic place at 29 40 and 2/7. That's the exact point that these two lines intersect. So this was a great problem, even though there were a lot of fractions, to practice dealing with unpleasant numbers. So there you have it. That is how you solve a system of equations when your solutions are fractions. If you found this video helpful, please like it so other people see it. Make sure to subscribe. Until next time, remember, you've